Few games can boast the innovative firsts of Virtua Racing. It has earned a seat among the pantheon of classic Sega racers, and time has done little to degrade its charm. Whether you're playing the arcade original, the astoundingly competent Genesis port, or what many consider the premier version on the 32X, Virtua Racing is still one of the best arcade racers around. And then there's the Saturn version. Plagued by performance issues, but saved by content, the Saturn port of Virtua Racing is tough to judge. It's hardly the version it should have been, but it's not worth completely writing off. Those patient enough to accept a few technical shortcomings may want to invest time with the Saturn port. Virtua Racing is an arcade, lap-based racing game. In arcade and practice modes, players complete 4 laps navigating the course as fast as possible. There's also a versus option, allowing players to go head-to-head in split screen across any of the game's courses. Virtua Racing contains 10 courses, several of which are new to the Saturn version. The Saturn tracks add great variety to an already stellar roster, providing additional playtime as well as new ground to test out the new car types. The Saturn version contains 5 car classes, more than any other port. These classes are F1, Go-Kart, Coupe, F160, and Prototype. Though the original Formula car will no doubt be the go-to for vets, the Coupe and F160 cars are a ton of fun to rip around in. The diverse handling of each vehicle class goes a long way to show just how capable the Virtua Racing engine was, even 3 years after its initial release. Tying the new cars and tracks together was Grand Prix mode. In Grand Prix mode, players started at the lowest class, kart, graduating divisions after enough points were earned. It was a sound idea adding a career mode to the already addictive Virtua Racing world, though the first tier could be a bit taxing to complete, seeing as karts took ages to drive around the lengthy courses built for Formula cars. Despite all this new content, Virtua Racing on the Saturn almost immediately comes to a screeching halt due to its controls. All the cars feel as though they steer from the back wheels, resulting in a slew of crashes and collisions as you try to adapt to the unpredictable mechanics. The original release was hailed for its beautiful polygonal world. While its simple architecture and modeling aged very quickly, it was a first, and it did have a resonating beauty. This was in part due to its simple but smooth animation, steady frame rate, and gorgeous color palette. The Saturn version retains the palette and animation, but stutters with the speed. Compared to other games running on the Saturn, Virtua Racing could hardly be called taxing on the hardware. The frame rate dips aren't game-breaking, but they were peculiar considering the age of the game by the time it was ported to the Saturn. Though the simple constructions didn't necessarily need to be updated, the frame rate and animations could have been vastly improved for the Saturn. Virtua Racing on the Saturn wasn't the game it needed to be at launch, and it's not any better of a port by comparison now. It's a frustrating endeavor, but one hardcore arcade racing fans may still want to try given the new content.